Animals, Mr. Dirty, back with another episode of the GTM show, and today we have somebody on the show that we haven't had on in a very long time. It's a company called 505 Southwestern, and it seems they've added MacLeod to the title. Maybe it's always been there, not quite sure. Didn't notice it before. But if you don't remember these guys, probably like a year ago, we covered these fake generic crunch wraps that we found at Walmart. And this was the company. Some of these things, like the beef one, was like over the top bad. The meat that was used in there, it was like, might as well have been dog food. It was so bad. And right after our video aired for that, the president, CEO of the company, actually contacted us. And he said he was heartbroken that he had no idea that his company, or whatever sub-company, was pushing out a product that was like so subpar and putting their name on it. At the end, it seemed like he was blasting me, but by the end, he was pretty much thanking me for being honest. And so here we go. It's like a year later, and we found another batch of their products in stores where they got a few new items. Today, we're going to be checking out a few of the chalupas that they've got in stores now. We've got the cheesy beef chalupa. So, bam, take all that in right there. I gotta tell you, this has, like, once again, sketchy packaging on this, blurry photographs going on, like we saw with the Tina's Quesaritos or Tina's Burritos just recently. Almost like identical packaging. It looks like the same people are doing the photos and making the packaging for these guys. I would not be surprised to find out if it's not the same company behind it all, but the way that they've got like most of their information like in the folds and everything here, and even the end where like the description underneath right here where the name is, there's a description and it gets cut off. So like when you're reading it, it says seasoned beef, cheddar cheese, and I'm sure there's something else there. It says sauce in a flour, and then the tortilla is just like crumpled. And same thing on this other one here. We have the cheesy chicken chalupa. So bam, take all that one in right there. Yeah, get the stretchy action. Remember Taco Bell? They're just ripping off the Taco Bell's ad right there because they did the same thing when they brought this out in their stores. But yeah, same thing over here. Our description is cut off. Weird packaging. It's supposed to say chicken, Monterey Jack cheese, and a tomatillo salsa in a flour tortilla. But yeah, you can only read like half of that. Let's peel this back and barely read. There is conventional oven instructions on this. I'm going to read over both the cooking instructions and then we'll make a decision on what we're going to do here. But yeah, I just don't think we're going to be sticking this in the oven. Maybe, I don't know. Microwave instructions. Remove MacLeod from the wrapper and place in a paper towel. So that's what the MacLeod is here. That's why I didn't notice it before on the crunch wraps, because I guess this is their product. Even though over here they're just plain flat out calling it chalupa. Over here they want to call it MacLeod, I don't know. So then they want us to microwave on high power for 1 minute, flip and microwave an additional 55 seconds until the product reaches an internal temperature of 165. And for a crispier shell, can't tell. It's all like just squeezed down, shrink wrapped and melt. Conventional oven instructions are optional, so I guess they're expecting you to microwave this possibly. Preheat oven to 375, remove MacLeod from wrapper and place on a greased baking sheet. Cook 25 to 30 minutes until golden brown and product reaches an internal temperature of 165 again, and then let cool for 1 minute, serve and enjoy. So maybe that's what it said on the other side for the microwave instruction. What do we got for the beef one over here? Same thing. Exact same instructions on the beef one. We've seen frozen burritos a million times. Let's crack one of these open and take a look at our chalupa, or MacLeod, before it goes in. Okay, so there you go. There's your, it's got like double layers of tortilla, and I suppose there's supposed to be cheese tucked up in there. Do you see any? I don't see any on the side that I'm looking at. It looks pretty empty in there. And inside, there's your filling, your beef and cheese filling going on. And I gotta tell you, even in this frozen state, it smells better than the meat that was inside of those fake crunch wraps. So maybe after, maybe they changed their stuff up a little bit, changed the recipe after they found out what they were actually like dishing out to people. Alright, and just for giggles, let's take a look at the chicken one and see what kind of chicken they're tossing us. And you can't really tell, but yeah, it looks the same, only white stuff instead of brown stuff. Okay, so we're gonna go nuke these up, and we're gonna come back and see what we got. Stick around. Alright guys, we're back. We've got our Chalupas out of the microwave. Or should we just be calling them cheesy chalupas? Not quite sure. One's beef, one's chicken, and they're not just cheesy. They're telling us on the front of these that they're extra cheesy. They both had about a minute to stand, and you can tell which is which. You know, the chicken is the lighter colored one, the beef is the darker one, and the beef one was the one that we had, you know, issues with the crunch wrap. They're beef, but here, maybe they might have changed it. So there you go, that's what you get out of the microwave, and it's not hard. It doesn't seem like the chalupas at Taco Bell at all. If I remember, they said that these were flour tortillas, but damn, don't they look like corn ones? And yeah, so, and they're just thin. They're thin. So it took them 2 layers of this stuff, and you know, they had to put cheese in the middle. Where at Taco Bell, it almost seems like it's injected. Now it smells like Southwestern seasoning going on, like taco seasoning, chili seasoning. It doesn't smell bad at all. To be honest with you, it smells nothing like the Crunchwrap ones. Alright, this end I see beef and everything going on at this end, so let's just snap into this. The beef Mexilupa. Wow, it's every bit as cheesy as advertised. And they've definitely changed up the meat. The meat that was in the Crunchwrap ones, in their first line of products, the ones that I complained about, the meat, it tasted like, not like Golden Crust Jamaican meat patties, but there's another company on the market that makes Jamaican patties. They sell them at Walmart. It's the only brand that they sell at Walmart, and they're disgusting. And that was the flavor, and that was like the meat that they were going with on the other ones. They've definitely changed it. This is more like a seasoned taco meat that you would find in most of the frozen burritos that are on the market already. It's got a little kick to it also. You saw that cheese pull. So yeah, no joke, extremely cheesy. I've already made it like almost to the middle, cooked early. The cooking instructions on these, on point. Not a problem at all. 1 minute, flip it. Another minute, let it stand for a minute. Boom, good to go. Alright, so that was the beef one right there. And I'm going to say, I'm impressed. This is way better than a lot of the frozen tacos that we've seen on the market recently, and a lot of the old school frozen burritos that have been on the market for ages. And plus, nobody else has done this yet, so it's got like a slight shock factor, you know, something a little bit new. Definitely a solid 4 out of 5. Alright, moving on to the chicken one. If we can kind of, you know, they're really just cooked together. There's no peeling this apart without destroying it, but yeah, you saw the last one. Just imagine that with chicken. Here we go. Alright, my first impressions on this one is completely bland. From what was supposed to be pepper jack cheese to, I think, tomatillo sauce. And I do taste a little bit of that. There's like kind of like a peppery jalapeno flavor. But yeah, I just got like a flash of it. And then and the rest of the time I was chewing that to when I swallowed it, I was kind of searching for that flavor again, and it never really came back. This one doesn't have any kick so far whatsoever. Let me go in for another couple snaps at this, and then we'll talk about it some more. Once again, hella cheesy, and that time 2 bites more in, and I'm halfway in. You know, more of like a jalapeno peppery kind of flavor going on. The chicken, I got a little bit of the flavor of that, and a lot of the texture of that. And it's coming across to me kind of like the chicken that you would find with like canned chicken, where it's chunk, but then it shreds up and strings like really easily. Yeah, not a lot of kick, not a lot of wow. I could definitely finish this, but I probably wouldn't buy that one again. The other one I would, but yeah, this one's getting a 3 out of 5. Alright, so there you have it. It's the cheesy chalupas from 505 Southwestern. Go give them a try. Nothing scary there, nothing to be afraid of. They're actually decent. The beef one's really good. I'm Mr. Duris, the GTM Show. Don't forget you can buy Knucklehead shirts and hoodies down in the description. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TheRealMrDirty. And as always, get out of here. Go have a rotten day.